Let us move to the loveliest village on the plains. Texas A&M headed to face Auburn. Auburn has one SEC win this season. It's against Kentucky. Texas A&M, last we saw them against an SEC opponent, was losing to South Carolina. Texas A&M is in, to make the playoff, a must-win situation. What also makes this interesting, Texas A&M's first game against Texas since 2011 is coming up next week. Obviously, Auburn has the Iron Bowl, but they play the Iron Bowl every year. This Texas A&M Texas game is the biggest thing in football in the state of Texas this year. It's huge. Vegas sniffs something here because they've loved Texas A&M all season, but A&M's only a 2.5-point favorite in this game.
Mike Elko was asked, I think today or yesterday.
You ready? I got the clip. You ready?
Okay. Thank you. I'm happy. I wasn't sure if you had. Yeah.
Yep. Here we go.
There's already so much talk about November 30th. It was announced as a night game today. How do you deal with that with your guys and saying, hey, we still have something ahead of us at Auburn, or is that even a big issue with your team?
I don't think it's an issue. I think when you're in the situation we're in, it's easy to focus on the task at hand. I think, those big games earlier in the year, maybe you look ahead. If we didn't have at stake what's at stake, maybe you would worry about it. I think our focus is single-handedly on on Auburn right now and locked in on what we got to get done.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. Obviously, he was just
That's
slipping.
a Freudian slip, Ari.
But it's perfect. It's just perfect. Andy, we're going to the Texas A&M Texas game. That's going to be my first Kyle Field experience. I don't know if you put that together yet. Like, I've never seen a game.
I got told last night, by the way, if we get denied press box seats, if it's too crowded in the press box, somebody's offering us a seat in their suite on the 50-yard line. So just we're good there.
Is there a way that you could rig it so that we can sit in the suite?
I'll see what I can do. See if I can pull some strings.
Yeah, I don't know what the press situation is going to be there, but hopefully
press box is very nice there. Very nice. Very comfortable.
I didn't anticipate that we would be in that position. Are we?
No, we're fine. We're fine. But this is going to be it's going to be huge, and it's the reason we're talking about this as a potential distraction for Texas A&M, because it is. They can't escape it where they are. Whether Mike Elko wants to keep them locked in on Auburn or not, everywhere they go, every person they see is going to ask them about Texas. And they've got to deal with that. They've got to play an Auburn team that, yes, their record is terrible. Yes, they've only won one SEC game, but they have been in all of the games they lost in SEC play except the Georgia game. Auburn is capable of beating Texas A&M if Peyton Thorne doesn't make mistakes, if they run the ball effectively, which they have done for much of the season. Now, they did not do that against Vanderbilt. And that's where I keep looking at this thing, is what Vanderbilt did to Auburn, I think Texas A&M can do to Auburn.
I'm so scared. Because I want...
Why are you scared?
Because I want the A&M Texas game. I know. I want the Texas A&M game and the Texas game to be awesome. I want it to be supercharged. I don't... This game isn't going to do anything for Auburn. Like, they don't need to win. I think they're going to.
I don't know about that, Ari. Because I think I understand what people are coming from. They looked at what South Carolina did to Texas A&M, specifically Rocket Sanders, and they're thinking, okay, Auburn can do that. Like, Auburn, if they get the running game going, can pound you up front.
And they get the running game going every week.
Peyton Thorne is not Lenora Sellers. Let me say it louder for the people in the back. Peyton Thorne is not Lenora Sellers.
Yeah, but they got blown out by South Carolina. They just have to lose.
Peyton Thorne is not Lenora Sellers.
Yeah, also Auburn is like the king of winning games like this.
Yes. Or being in it and then losing in just devastating fashion, because I think last year's Iron Bowl is probably the best example of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait for this game. And I guess this is probably one of the highlights of the expanded playoff, because this game now matters in conjunction with all that. But
and Vegas sniffing it out this way makes it even better, Mike Elko accidentally saying Texas makes it even better. It's wonderful. I think Texas A&M is going to cover. I think Texas A&M is going to win. I think they're going to frustrate Auburn's offense. I think they might be able to make Peyton Thorne make some mistakes, but even if he doesn't make those key crippling mistakes, he probably winds up being too conservative to win the game, which has been the problem for Auburn. It's been sort of the balance that they can't seem to strike.
Yeah. Oh, Andy, I'm just.
But you got the Tigers in this one.
It just seems like a spot in, like, you know how the sport goes. It's picking a spot. I hope I'm wrong. Never hope that. Never hoped I was wrong. More.
College football sickos, make sure you're subscribed right here to the On3 YouTube channel. Also want to make sure y'all know the Hard Count brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks. Playing with Prize Picks using code HARDCOUNT, $5 in lineups gets you $50 in promo funds. So appreciate y'all using that code and appreciate you being subscribed.